Continuing on now, we're going to solve the equation given in number 19. As you can see, it's already factored. So we're ready to apply the zero product property. You can see that the result of this multiplication problem is equal to 0, and when that occurs, we know that one of these two factors has to equal 0. So we're going to start by setting x plus 2/3 equal to 0 and subtracting 2/3 from both sides, and we get the first 0 very easily is negative 2/3. The second 0 is not quite so easy. We can see it as a trinomial. First thing you may want to do is try to factor it, but there are no factors of 1 that will equal 5, which leads us to the quadratic formula. So I'm going to start out by listing a is 1, b is 5, and c is also 1. And I'm going to plug it into the quadratic formula, which is negative b, which would make that negative 5, plus and minus the square root of 5 squared, which is 25, minus 4 times a times c. I'm going to write that all over 2a, which is equal to 2. And now I'm going to clean this up. X is equal to negative 5, plus and minus the square root. 25 minus 4 is 21 over 2. And that is the answer. You can leave it in that form, and that gives us our 3 zeros of the function. Next, on number 23, we're going to practice long division again. First, want to see and make sure that we don't have any missing exponents. So look and see, 3, 2, 1, 0, we're good to go. And we're going to start by taking x and asking how many times it will go into x cubed. And the answer is x squared. And then multiply x times x squared to get x cubed, and 2 times x squared to get 2x squared. We know in division problems the next step is to subtract. I'm not just subtracting one term, I'm subtracting both, so I'm going to distribute that negative to both. The first terms should always cancel out. 7x squared minus 2x squared gives me 5x squared. Next, I'm going to pull down the negative 5x and repeat that whole process. X will go into 5x squared, positive 5x times. And then multiply x times 5x is 5x squared. Once again, these two should match identically in that first step. And then 2 times 5x is positive 10x. Next, I'm going to be subtracting both these terms, so I'm going to subtract the first and the second. The first terms will cancel out as they should, and negative 5x minus 10x gives me negative 15x. I'm going to bring down the last and final term, which is minus 6. X will go into negative 15x minus 15 times. And again, x times negative 15x gives me negative 15x. There's your match. And then 2 times negative 15 gives me negative 30. And then finally, I'm going to subtract the second line from the top, and I'm going to change the signs because I've distributed that negative sign. The first terms again cancel out, and we're left with 24. 24 is the remainder, and what you want to do is you want to rewrite the remainder as an addition to the answer. So we're going to put plus 24. We're going to place that back over the divisor, which is x plus 2.